got this feeling, baby, we're invincible.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Notts County. As always, if you are enjoying the save, drop a like on the video, that'd be tremendous. Today we're starting on the page of Armando Senya, mainly so we've got something in the background, but honestly, he's actually pretty good in a lot of areas, I've got to be honest. I think he just lacks a lot in other areas. He's actually a pretty solid player. I think maybe if he wasn't playing for us, he probably would have had a better career in all honesty, but that's just the way things go, isn't it? Now, in the last episode, I don't know how much of this would have actually made it into the episode, because I did talk about it quite a fair bit, because I was very concerned that the game had slowed down to an almost unplayable level, to the point where it was taking like 45 minutes to go 4 days, and I was very concerned, because it had taken me far too long to play that transfer window episode. I fixed it. Thank God for that. Turns out it wasn't actually the database issue, which is why I was so surprised, because it was fine up until that random part of the new season. So for whatever reason, and this does seem to be a bug because it's acknowledged on the SI forums, when you have a lot of players on your like scouting assignments list, sometimes for whatever reason that will slow right down. But in addition to that, you will have this weird wait period while the game processes every single one of those players that are on that list every single day. I don't know why, but the way that you can get rid of that, if you do run into an issue where your game slows down for whatever reason, this is something you could try anyway. Take control of your scouting. It will clear the assignments completely and cancel all the assignments. And then I've had to take over scouting for now, but I should be able to set it back again soon. And it instantly speeded the game up again. Very, very strange. But yeah, so we're back to normal now. Things are good in that side of things, at least. Despite that relatively poor performance on the opening day against Wolves. I say poor. We actually played pretty well, I thought. But it's just one of those things that ain't going to happen. It'll come back round against us later in the season. Do not worry. We're playing Champions League today. And we're playing against PSV Eindhoven at home. We've actually got our easiest, in theory, game of the group. Obviously, we were the 4th seed in the group. We're at home against PSV. And the other 2 members of our group, nice and easy, Juve and Real Madrid. Because, of course, it is cool, though, that we're playing against Juventus, though, because black and white stripes. And also, of course, that's where Juve got their kit. Matt, I'm not getting angry anymore. 2 minutes and a red card later, game pauses, walks out and buys an angry croissant. It had to be done. Wasn't actually very good. I should have got a donut like I did last time I had to do that. So you ran 8 miles again today. Those croissants must be really good. And now we all know that your local baker is 4 miles away. Oh, my local baker is way closer than that. It is within, I'd say, a quarter of a mile, which is terrible and good at the same time. Love the almost exaggerated way you say croissant. What is wrong with my pronunciation of croissant? It's funny how both of your attacking right mids are complete opposites, with Lancaster only wanting assists and Stepanek wanting goals. If they could just do like one of those big Power Ranger things and morph into one giant footballer, keep the same size, then happy days, really. But that is not likely to be the case. And do not worry. Oh, we've got some good insults to Thomas Stepanek coming up in the next episode. I'm looking at one here. I really want to share it, but I'm going to wait because it is gold. Gold. Awesome content, you deserve more views. This guy's another Trap Town channel. He's also been commented on my recent videos and everyone else's too. Toby, why'd you gotta go ruin my dreams like that, buddy? Games off camera. I also made a slight mistake in the last episode in that I didn't have low crosses turned on. Turned out I turned it on in the other version of the tactic, and then I'd been playing with the other one through the entirety of preseason and that match. So we don't know if it was going to work or not. Turns out it does, because I turned it on immediately and we've scored like 3 goals from it. It's all good. So in our first off-camera match, this, for me, was, I still think, a good performance. Now, they did have more shots on target, but they had more long shots than us for once, which was quite nice. As you can see, there was a real quality of passes being created all across the team, which was delightful. 4-0, though, still does flatter us, I have to say. Early goal, Guerra whipped a ball in. There was Celso with a lovely head. It was a really nice swervy cross. We then added another one through Dario Santana on 35 minutes. Of course, who else would get the assist but John Lancaster, because that's what he does. We lost both Greg Campbell and Thomas Stepanek to injuries in the first half here, and they missed every single match up until now. They are back. I think they might have played in the last game too, actually. And then 2 late ones for Jose Lelson Guerra. Just finally, it's good to see him get off the mark there with a brace away at Villa to really wrap up what is, I think, a fortunate result to win 4-0. I still think we deserved it on the night, though, but the 2 injuries really did cost us. Good to see Lancaster get an assist, though, and Lever come off the bench and play well. Right, sorry, why are you calling? Yeah, no, that is not right. Please stop calling me. No, don't. No, I'm not going to hold for a moment. Yeah, hello. Yeah, I'm fine. Why are you calling me? No accident. I just told your other person that there was no accident. Why are you calling me? I realise they're just doing their job, but at the end of the day, their job is to make nuisance phone calls. So, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by people telling me I'd been in an accident that wasn't my fault, Spurs were in an accident that was definitely our fault. But I must say, this was a very, very even game, and a draw would have been a completely fair result in this one. We took the lead early on through Guerra again, it was Lancaster again. Lovely. Got down the wing, whipped a ball across, a low ball, and there was Guerra getting across that near post, like he scored against Manchester City, to give us a 1-0 lead. And it was a really good start for us. Really, really pleased. But then, one of the best first names I've seen in ages, Carteziane Duarte as well, a name that will live long in the memory of our saves, gave them an equaliser. Ball was whipped across. He had room for a volley in the box. Didn't defend that one particularly well. And then I was like, okay, a point is a point, because in the second half, Spurs were much better. And then Sean Lancaster won a 95th minute penalty. It was of 94 too, I've got to say that as well. And then Guerra was able to dispatch it to give us an absolutely vital win over Spurs. A brace for him, but Lancaster was my man of the match for setting up the first goal and winning the penalty for the second. And then away at Everton, we weren't quite as good in this game, I have to say. We took the lead early on through, once again, Guerra. The guy has scored 5 goals, I think, in his last 3 league matches. Absolute god. This one set up by Fernandes, though, with a low cross. So definitely good stuff. Fernandes has done a decent job, as has Remy Dubois this season. Fernandes has stepped in for Greg Campbell, of course. But then, of course, one of the best players in the league, Thomas Bertrand, who I'm actually surprised is still at Everton, got them an equaliser on the stroke of half-time. You notice Celso got a 6.1. He actually did the same thing twice. I.e., they had a free kick, it was lumped over the top, Celso got it, played a really short back pass, and then Bertrand got in, and he missed it the first time. 2 minutes later, he did the exact same thing, and this time he did score. But I'd say that was completely fair. Everton probably could have won this. But then on the flippity-flop side of that, we had almost the opposite kind of performance against Bournemouth. Early red card this time for Hugo Fernandes with the big lunging 2-footer, which isn't great really when you consider things. Greg Campbell had to make a sort of early return to the team. Thankfully we didn't go on to lose, but Bournemouth didn't have their first 2 shots of the game. Their first shots on target didn't come until the 87th minute. So we probably should have won this one. Once again, Dubois was excellent, but it wasn't quite enough on the night. All in all, though, oh yeah, this is the new screen I was talking about. Lots more information, always nice to see. 8th in the league so far. It's not the end of the world. We're only 2 points off of the Champions League places, and that's kind of what's important. Wolves have started really strongly. Brighton have also started strongly too. So that's, again, things are looking good for us. I think we've had a couple of unfortunate results, but we've also had some fortunate results. So it's, relatively speaking, just fine for us so far. I think we can find our feet, really start to get going. Guerra top scorer in the league with 5. All is well on that side of things as well, which is very, very nice indeed. It's nice to see all this extra information on this screen. And you can see more on here too, which is really nice. You know what? Screw it. Since we're only doing one like live com in today's episode, I might as well treat you to some of the wonderful insults that you guys came up with for Thomas Stepanek. How could I not? So, I've heard, or in fact, I've had Thomas Stepanek's dad sells Avon. Actually, I've heard he's on the essential oils now, which for me is like bottom tier. Like, if you're going to join a pyramid scheme, that's down there. If Stepanek had a 6-pack of water bottles and there were 6 thirsty homeless children surrounding him, Stepanek would try and down all the water bottles. I bet he'd stockpile all the toilet paper too, the greedy bastard. He would step on their necks and he'd smash their heads into a lamppost because he'd mistake it for a goalpost. I caught him selling stockpiled hand gel on Facebook Marketplace and Gumtree. Big if true. And now, my favourite one. Thomas Stepanek is the best carrier for Corona. He'd be too selfish to give it to anyone. But, like, in all seriousness, obviously, stay safe, you know, do your thing. I'm going to make a video based on this. I'd love to see a video about how you make your content. That would be very interesting. Well, I'm going to have time to do that, of course, because we all inside at the moment. Although, hopefully that means there'll be more time for streaming too, so that's going to be fun. Maybe I should do a save with Winchester FC while we wait for this all to blow over. Alrighty then. So, PSV, our first ever Champions League match, is at home in the brand new stadium, whether that be the Capi Bernabeu or the... the Jimmy Cyril Stadium? I don't know, we'll see. Naming rights are up for grabs. So already in our group, Real Madrid beat Juventus 4-1 at home. They look like they might be quite a strong boy. Leon Bailey with a pair and Diego Jota with 2 as well for Real Madrid. So be interested to see what some of these sides shape up like. And it'll also be interesting to see how we line up against these teams in terms of, you know, because when you only have one league turned on, it does tend to favour the country that you've got turned on because the other teams don't make as many sensible transfers. But we'll see. Nice to see FC Copenhagen in there as well. So Dubois and Santana may not be able to start this game, which is concerning. Because you've got to feel like if there was ever a chance of us winning a Champions League match, it's going to be this one, the home game here. How are we here? Let's just do a selection advice and we'll see. So you can see I now do have low crosses turned on in here. I don't really want to risk him, but I also think like this is the best chance we're ever going to have to play him in the Champions League right now. And I think we kind of got to take it. I'm going to start Hubanov over Assman, because again, he's only just come back to fitness. Stepanek's back, which is nice. Lever or Santana? I mean, to be fair, Santana has played better this season than Darren Lever, but he has only just returned to fitness. Yeah, it might have to be that. Greg Campbell is just about back now, which is nice. Stepanek's back as well, which is good or bad, depending on the way you want to look at things. The back line, though, with Celso and Jespersen is good with Suarez in goal. Also, all those players that were complaining about leaving, as far as I know, are now, apart from Thomas Stepnek, who's unhappy about his contract, Suarez is now happy to stay, as is Guerra. So that's really good news. Trofin did actually come off the bench, I think. I can't remember who it was against. It might have been Bournemouth, and he very nearly won us the game when he just ran straight through the middle. See who's in their team. Anyone I recognise? Victor Lindelöf. And naturally, my assistant and my scouting team got it completely wrong. Oh, that reminds me. I do need to... Oh, no, they must already have someone that's scouting the next opposition because we still got the report through for them. Yeah, they got that one a bit... They done goof. But I feel like our best chance, and to be fair, if they're playing that sort of system, we can't really... It would become somewhat of a dereliction of duty. I've turned off shoot on sight by standard now. Somewhat of a dereliction of duty to not go down to the wide areas today because we've got such strength in the wide areas and we need to use it. It's going to take some getting used to this, I appreciate. I just wish there was a way that it was a tiny bit less transparent. Just a tiny little bit. It's been a fairly strong start for us. Possession is good. Getting a few little opportunities and... Oh, wow. Celso again. 1-0 Notts County. I'd say it's been coming. First 15 minutes, they've done nothing and we've controlled the match, but really only had these corners. Jespersen almost scores this for him. Just heads it directly. Oh, no. Okay, it was actually with his foot. He's headed it straight at his foot, and it's his second of the season for Celso. Here we go. Free kick for Guerra. Ball whipped through, cleared away. Jespersen picks it up. He's got loads of room. Oh, what a ball. That was really well played from Nikolai Jespersen. He deserved a second assist there. That defender doesn't know what's hit him here. Hubanov, he loves a long shot. Finds Campbell instead. Greg Campbell, can he pull it across to someone? He does! And Guerra's in there, and that is what I'm talking about. Those low crosses are lethal if you have the right kind of striker. And I think we do. Greg Campbell gets his first assist because this season, that's the third assist we've had from a fullback already, and I think last season we got like 2 in all competitions. Campbell does really well here. A nice driven ball across the box, and Guerra just sliding in there to make it 2-0 to Notts County. 6th of the third of the season already. We're actually... I thought we'd do all right, but we're actually playing much better than I thought we would. And Hubanov over the bar. We're just looking in great form right now. Not hitting as many on target as I'd like, but at least we're not getting them from range, so I guess that's fine. Lever. Can he whip one across the box? He does. Hubanov! Stepanek there at the back post. Well, half-time, and the domination is real. They've yet to have a shot and we're 2 goals to the good. Only 6 on target, so I might just slow the tempo down a touch. That tends to, in theory, help with that. But we are doing an excellent job at just picking our way through them at the moment. Lever! Drills it wide again. Ooh. The slightly lower tempo is really allowing us to control possession, which is nice. If we could get through an entire game here in the Champions League without conceding a shot, that would be really something for us. Dubois. Oh my god, look at the space. Hubanov, just going to go all the way through, I think. He's in, and he's drilled it wide as well. Why is everyone missing? 15 minutes to go. Wait, was there a chance there? 15 minutes to go, and we've kind of, I don't know, taken the foot off the gas a little bit in the second period. I might actually just turn the tempo up again. And Lancaster with a bit of space. Can he get the shot away himself? Blocked. Santana. Dubois. Oh, look at the space for Alberto. One touch sets himself. Good strike. Santana with the strike on the end of it as well. I would have liked to have taken maybe 1 or 2 more of the chances we created, but we've got the victory on the night, which is kind of what matters. Sean Lancaster fly. Oh, we're in the 87th minute. It's time to shine, Shawnee. Go on, lad. What is with Sean Lancaster and the 87th minute? I know it's technically the 88th, but you understand my point. And that, again, was what happens when you get those balls across to that near post. Sean Lancaster, with his 3rd assist of the season now, he does enough to go past his man, waits for the run of Guerra, whips it across, and there he is. 2nd of the night for him again, 7 for the year, and we're 3-0 up. Lancaster is just lethal in that moment. Oh, the space in the middle for Hubanov. And Lancaster, again, is going to have absolute acres to work with here, as does Campbell. Can he flash one across the box? He does. Santana has now put it in at the back post. It's Notts County 4, PSV Eindhoven 0. Greg Campbell with his 2nd assist of the night. This is what we were missing. We weren't able to get crosses in because we just weren't doing it. When we got the ball in these positions, we would either hit them too... Yeah, I mean, that's actually a not very low cross at all, but Greg Campbell's just picked out an absolute peach there. 4-0 Notts County. Beautiful. Yeah, we've really stepped it up in this second half again. Late on, admittedly, but that is a really, really deserved victory in the end. What a dominant performance from us. This is what we need to be doing more often. There we go. Notts County 4, PSV Eindhoven 0. A brace again for Guerra, 1 for Santana, 1 for Celso, 2 assists for Greg Campbell. Beautiful stuff from him. Even coming off the bench there, Sean Lancaster to grab himself a late assist, his 3rd of the year as well. Stupidly happy with that. And we actually go top of the group with that. That's the perfect start to the season in the Champions League. Good for coefficient as well. I mean, I'm not sure what more I could have wanted, really. I mean, look at his start of the year. 6 appearances in all competitions, 7 goals and an assist for Jose Lelson Guerra. But also, just on that, look at this. Sean Lancaster, 1 start, 5 substitute appearances, and he's already got 3 assists for himself this year. That is some truly exceedingly good numbers for a guy that's only 2-star rated in this team. But you've got to love old 87-minute man. And to finish off as well, Greg Campbell. you know, he's got 2 assists so far in 3 starts, albeit both in the same game. But the point is he's getting into good positions, and I'm a huge fan of what we can do on those right-hand sides. Alberto's also got an assist this year too, so we're getting a lot of assists from the right positions, and it is glorious to see. So, next episode, it would make sense for us to do Real Madrid and then Brighton as a double live com, because there's too much in between there, really. We got Watford and Watford coming up, the Watford doubleheader, both of which are at Vicarage Road, so we may as well just stay over for a few days there as well, and a Burnley game in there as well. So yeah, Watford and Burnley, interesting ones in the league. We hopefully will grab a couple of victories in those games. We've only lost 1 game this season, which was the opening day, so we're on to a good start. We've got goals in us when we need them, and I think those low crosses are really paying off for us. The first game back with both Campbell and Stepanek in the team, I think we definitely looked better, to be fair, and Greg Campbell definitely does seem to offer us that little bit extra. So that's a really good sign as well. Oh yeah, Fernandez has got an assist too, so we've actually grabbed, like, what's that, 4 assists from fullbacks already this year. Very, very good sign. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, and I really hope you have, drop a like on the video. That would be delightful. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, particularly as I expect with, you know, the people are going to be watching stuff more. If you are new to the channel, hope you enjoy your stay. We've got a wide range of content. All of it's Football Manager, so it's not that wide of a range really, but yeah, hope you enjoy your stay. Subscribe, that'd be cool. And of course, hold your gun, capybara. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.